This is Rylee Rohner. She's a wedding filmmaker who started filming weddings in high school. No roadmap, no master plan, just a fun, cool new side gig.
I knew that I loved making wedding videos, but I guess the thought had never occurred to me that I could just do that, it always felt like, because I started in high school and it was like a little side gig, it felt like that's what it always was going to be.
And for a long time, that's kind of what it stayed. Just a side gig, something that she loved, but she didn't fully claim yet.
Worked a bunch of different odd jobs. I even ended up moving to Alaska to work at a fishing lodge for 2 months, which for me is way out of character, but I was just trying everything.
That is until one conversation changed everything.
It was my mom, actually, which shout out to moms, who sat me down eventually, and she was like, Rylee, what are you doing? You're doing all these different crazy jobs and you know what you want to do. Basically, she said, just try it. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work, and then you can go get another job.
And that's when Rylee made the decision that a lot of people never do.
3 years ago, I quit. I had multiple jobs, quit all of them, just said, all right, see you guys later. I had a lot of people ask, what are you gonna do if this doesn't work out? There's no other option. This is what I'm doing. It's not a matter of if this works out for me, it's when.
And that leap of faith took her from a high school side gig to traveling the world, filming destination weddings, and getting featured in People magazine at just 22. And this episode isn't about getting lucky. It's about taking risks before you feel ready, saying yes before you have all the answers, and trusting that clarity usually comes after the commitment.
What's the worst that could happen? And I think from the beginning, I basically had this insane mindset of there's no other option. This is what I'm doing. It's not a matter of if this works out for me, it's when, and I'm gonna do everything I can to get there as soon as possible. And because I was in the opportunity where I didn't have a lot of responsibilities, because I know that's a big thing, especially if you're have kids or different things that can really make you rethink your priorities. The first year and a half, since I went full time, every dollar that I made went straight back into investing in my business. I was taking I was meeting all these different mentors and paying for mentorships. I was upgrading all of my gear like crazy. I was putting together my own little styled shoots so that I could have this content to post, because I was just super hungry for it. There was not a second that I wasn't working. Even if I was just sitting on my phone, I'm messaging people that I look up to and asking for advice, or I'm thinking of content ideas to post. So there's definitely a grind, and I think that time period kind of showed me that when you're in that grind mindset, you'll be rewarded. And so I think that that's even followed me to now. Even now, I feel I'm in the position where 3 years ago, this is where I wanted to be, and now I feel I'm there, and I don't want to stop now. Now there's a new goal for me to go and hit, which has been super fun. And yeah, I think the biggest thing also was that season of work where I was trying to really grind and get to where I wanted to be. It took a lot of risks, and I put myself in a lot of scary rooms, honestly. There was a specific time where I had gotten invited to this because I'm based in Arizona, and I had gotten invited to this Arizona videographers dinner, basically. And I knew based off of this group chat of people that were in this, that it was going to be a bunch of people I was very intimidated by. People that when I was very new, people who were just more experienced than me and kind of were more looped in the industry. And I remember sitting in my car, outside of the event, literally feeling I was going to throw up, because I was this is so scary. I don't know if I want to do this. Maybe I should just go home. And I was dude, you have these goals. You got to do this stuff if you want to get there. You have to have those scary moments. And so I went, and it ended up being this amazing opportunity for me, because I ended up meeting Daniel Kim, who's a really, really talented photographer. And he was able to even take me and he helped me book my first destination wedding in New York. And it was like this gorgeous wedding. And to have that in my portfolio as like my first destination wedding was another thing that just like I feel like really propelled me into the industry that I like wanted to be a part of, where I wanted to be traveling to these weddings. And so it was like just taking risks and like putting myself into rooms where I was like maybe actually terrified to be there that like ended up paying off in the end, I think.
Gosh, that's so inspiring. Like I love that, just like, yeah, the way you just approached it. You just manifested that thing. You just said, "Hey, there's no like no is not an option here. Like we're doing it."
Yeah, exactly.
Our moms are very different in the sense of like your mom was like, "You know what you want to do, go after it." My mom was
Yeah.
like, "Okay, let's be realistic about this, son, for a
Let's be
second. Like
practical.
is weddings really a lucrative field?" It was also a different time. This was like 2014, and I'm dating myself a little bit here, but it's fine. And you know, love mom to death. She was like, "You know what? I'm glad you didn't listen to me. It worked out for the best." And everything else. But no, I love that story. I think it's super inspiring for anyone who's just unsure on what's the next step for them and like how they can really get out of the funk they're in. I think it's just like, you know, just telling yourself positive encouragement works like wonders. Like the words you speak, the way you talk to yourself, like put your goals onto paper and manifest them, honestly.
Let's be real, it's easy to fall into a trap when it comes to running any business. There's ebbs and flows, especially when it comes to a creative journey. But one way that really does help me feel more creatively inspired, especially when I'm editing my wedding films, is to use powerful cinematic music. And the only place I trust is Musicbed. In a world where every wedding film can start to feel the same, the music you choose is one of the fastest ways to stand out. What I've loved and trusted about Musicbed for the last decade is that their artists are relevant and hand-selected. They are creating music that couples are feeling and responding to right now. It's not dated, it's not generic, and many of the artists on Musicbed's platform are exclusive, which means the songs that you're using won't show up anywhere else. One feature that I constantly use with Musicbed is search by song. And being able to reference a song that has the same emotional energy without having to reuse a song or face copyright strikes within my work is everything. And from a practical standpoint, using Musicbed, especially when you're sharing your films on YouTube, Sync ID clears up everything incredibly fast. Curated playlists are updated weekly by real music experts. There's a mobile app for inspiration on the go, and Musicbed Sounds gives you premium sound effects that elevate moments without overpowering them. And I've said it before, but Musicbed is so much more than just a music library. It's a trusted music source for filmmakers who care deeply about their craft. And when the right music meets the right moment, it creates something timeless. So if you're interested in checking out Musicbed, I will have a 14-day free trial down in the link below.
The coolest part about the People magazine feature was that they came to like me and asked my opinion actually, which like they definitely didn't need to do. There were plenty of people that reached out and they were like, Hallie and Zach, like my couple, we'd love to interview you guys, because duh, it's like them and their relationship and stuff. And then they were like, oh, can you also send us the videographer's information? We need to ask them for copyright. I'm like, cool, thanks guys, like happy to be a part of it. But with People, it was actually like the writer was like, what did you think about this moment? Like, how was this for you and your business? And I was like, you guys care about my opinion too? Like, that's so awesome. And I don't think that it has truthfully been like made huge impacts in my business. I think a lot of people are maybe chasing a super viral moment because they think it'll just like change their life and like totally revamp their business. And I have like booked a couple of really amazing weddings that I'm like so excited about from that wedding. Like I get to go to France this summer because of that video.
Wow.
So like there are a couple of amazing opportunities that I got, and it is fun to like put in my Instagram bio I was featured in People, because that kind of gives you a little bit of that like credibility. People like are like aren't in the wedding industry and they're like, whoa, like you're featured in People magazine, that's crazy. But I don't know, I guess I would like want people to know that having a viral like you said, sometimes it can be a little bit more like annoying than it can be like just life changing because you're like getting all these messages about it, and like it's taking away from like your other posts or different things like that. Like it's so fun, but I think like being super intentional about what you post, because something like that could happen at any moment, is super important. Because whatever you post and like go viral for, at least what I've noticed, when you post something on the internet and you go viral for it, that's what people expect from you for the rest of your social media career. Like if you're not basically posting that over and over again, those followers that followed you from that one reel, they're like not interested. And I think as a creative, that's like super limiting. Like I don't like that. I'm not going to just post vows now every single time I want to post, because like it was cool that one time and I felt inspired to do that at that point, but now I'm excited about other things. So I don't know. There's pros and cons to the whole situation.
I love that that's like really giving you those opportunities. And yes, People Magazine definitely gives you street cred.
Yes.
So that is awesome.
I'll take it. I'll take the street cred where I can get it, you know?